Okay, so I apologize in advance that if I'm not playing Banyue correctly or what have you. I saw a video recently, and a couple of them after the fact, because I wanted to do more research, on Banyue soloing Wandering Hunter with 20k. I wanted to try that for myself, and I cannot get higher than 16k. And that's infuriating. But that's mostly because my crit damage isn't as high as 170, while having crit rate set, or the crit rate set as a two-piece. But anyway, you're not here for that. I'm just using that as background footage while I'm talking. So, let's talk about gacha games, shall we? And some issues with them. I'm going to start with Arknight's Enfield, because that is the one I'm currently have issues with, and still have issues with. Um, Now, I did watch a video recently as well of just a guy airing his grievances about gachas in general, and holy dumb shit were his opinions and Dyke's garbage. So, one of those points is there's nothing to do in Arknight's Enfield, which a lot of people would say and agree with. And I gotta disagree with that. Because it's a lie, because there's weapon essence grinding, and there's still stock trading for gear making. There's also the extraction game mode, I don't remember what it's called, as well as the actual in game that's not fully implemented yet. And they have said that we're going to need two teams of four. But not everyone has two teams of four, especially free to play. Free to play, unless if you got lucky and got last right, or picked up last right, or Yvonne. And another thing that this guy mentioned is that Organized is also boring because there's no RNG gear. I'm sorry, what? I like that there's no RNG gear. I like that the pieces are static. The only RNG factor to them is when they level up. I appreciate that the gear in Arknight's Enfield has static bonuses, and I don't have to roll for or go into a domain and get unhappy that I got a shit piece with nothing but flat stats. And again, weapon essence farming, that's RNG. Also, grinding to level up characters takes fucking forever because the stamina regen in this game is dog shit, meaning you can't spend stamina every day and only every other day or every other day, meaning every 2 days. And no, that's not a good thing because you'll still want to log in daily to do your daily login and check your factory. These people are idiots. Yeah, like there's plenty of stuff to do in Arknight's Enfield. Like I still got plenty of shit I can do in Arknight's Enfield. I just choose not to do it because I'd rather be doing something else because the combat in Enfield isn't fun. It's not good at all. Period. The characters feel dog shit to use. Like I appreciate that all of the characters are out on the battlefield, and the SP system is okay, but the combat is just not fun. It's kind of clunky in my opinion. It needs a rehaul or an overhaul, 100%. Now, moving away from Arknights and just to the in general scope of gacha games. Uh, Gacha events exist primarily for free to play and low spenders to gather up resources to pull on banners. This is a known fact. And anyone who thinks otherwise is a fucking idiot. Whether or not these events are fun doesn't fully matter because at the end of the day, resources are limited. The only means to get your pulls is through events or endgame content, provided you have two very well built teams, or in Wuthering Waves' case, three well built teams, so to speak. If they're fun, it's an added slash neat bonus. Just do the damn event until you get all the rewards slash the pull currency. The only bad thing about these events is barely giving a 10 pull, let alone half of a 10 pull. And that's kind of shit because, like, there's always that one main big event that gives you a lot of pull currency, and then there's like 2 to 3 smaller events that give you like 400 currency, which is not nearly enough. I mean, hell, Endgame barely gives you half a 10 pull per 2 weeks. It gives you just under that, which is incredibly annoying. Now, exploration is a bit different for gacha games because it largely depends on the gacha. It's a hit or miss. Like events, it's a means to an end to primarily get resources to pull, and it's largely dependent on the game because some gachas do it better than others. And I will give credit to Wuthering Waves because it's the best exploration to my knowledge, because it actually wants you to get everything, even if the everything is crumbs. Because in 2.x, they introduced systems that pinpoint you to a direction to something, and you go to it and you clear it. And when you clear it, you get bonus stuff as well. That's good. I like that. I appreciate that. I love it when games give me a system to not have to use an outside resource to get something. I love that. I appreciate that. I wish more open world games did this. Now back to RNG gear. RNG gear is not a good thing. I'm sorry. It needs to go away and have fixed stats, or at the very least get rid of flat stats on gear and only have percentage bonuses. And this is more so a gripe with HSR, but it can be applicable to any gacha. It should also have substats that will only show up on specific gear. So in HSR case, the debuff set will only have effect hit rate, the break effect set will only have break effect, and any set that is crit focused will give crit. Meaning, the crit set will only get crit rate and crit damage, and crit rate and crit damage won't appear on a break effect piece or a debuff piece. Break effect won't get crit rate or crit damage, and it'll only get break effect and some percentages, as well as speed, just so that it makes things, 1, easier, and 2, less frustrating. Especially the second one. Because I cannot tell you how many fucking times I got a piece that's break effect, or I'm grinding for a piece that's break effect, and I see crit rate and crit damage on it, but no break effect. Break can't crit! Why am I getting crit? Stop that! Anyway. Like, the better, or the less RNG dependent the gear system is, the better, in my opinion. And you will still be striving to max out and level up your characters, because that's a goal you need to achieve. Because, hell, even in Arknight's Enfield, you will want to get every single character to at the very least max ascendance. Not level 90, mind you, but to level 80, and ascend them to get to level 90, but not, because when you ascend them to their last ascension, you can then unlock their final passive for the spaceship home base. Because for whatever reason, that takes until level 90. Which is absurd to think about. But that is a goal to work towards. Now, if only they would give you the players 3 pulls like all of the other gacha titles. Granted, I don't think Wuwa does this either, but that's neither here nor there. The main motto for gachas has always been trying to sell a product, and said product is the character. To get the character, the player needs pulls, and the best way to get those pulls is through events. And again, endgame provided the teams are well built. Without events that give enough currency, pulling for a character is but a pipe dream for free-to-play. This has been Gacha Games' motto since the beginning. Patch 1.0, the first banner character, they make that character super important and give them all the attention and spotlight. They make a boss for that character to easily take apart and rip in half. Patch 1.1, same thing. Like, the only time that doesn't happen is for characters that are more geared towards a supporting role, so to speak. Well, at the very least, that boss part, but anytime a new character comes out, we always got to focus on this one character so that players like this character, and we can sell this character so that players will pull for this character. But we need to give them enough pulls in order to do that. Even 2 patches isn't enough. You have to skip 2 patches to get 180 to guarantee 1 character. And that's only a single character. So, that's unfortunate. And not every game will always be fun. Every game will have that unfun section in it that you want to avoid but can't because you'll eventually need to do it, so you'll have to power through it anyway. This goes for literally any video game. Every video game, like, a majority of a game can be fun, yes, but there will always be that 1 or 2 sections of that game that are either a slog to get through, a pain in the ass, or a thing you just do not like about that game. But if it's a mandatory thing, then you're just going to have to power through it, unfortunately. Especially if it's a main thing. So, that sucks. But, yeah. Gachas in general need to be better, because, number one, they need to respect the player's time. And in Arknight's Enfield case, bringing it back to that, it doesn't. Because Arknights has Wuwa style / HSR style character progression, where it takes weeks and months in months on end just to get one character fully leveled up. And that's not okay. In Enfield's case, again, the stamina is fucking stupid. In order for stamina to fully regen, it takes around a day or two, and that's not okay. The wait time for stamina regen needs to be cut in half to 4 minutes per tick. Not only that, but the tickets given to double spend need to be not dependent on stock bills, at least in my opinion. Or, at the very least, if they are to be stock bills, then they need to be Valley Hell only. When it comes to the gear system in Arknight's Enfield, they need to remove needing to upgrade gear or needing to use batteries for gear, because it already takes, what, 5k bills to make a piece of gear? Yeah, get rid of the battery already, because we're going to need the permit anyway for the essence farming, and that's too many resources for too little given. So, you know. Now, I haven't fully done 1.1 in Enfield, so I don't know if we're given a secondary base. God, I hope they have, but if they didn't, then, well, fuck. I'm only current with Zenless right now. I'm going to re-uninstall Enfield, because, again, Enfield is just not fun for me, anyway. Combat is clunky, exploration is okay, but it could be better, a million times better, even. But I'm really hoping Gacha games and Gacha companies take notes, because it's consumer first, and if the consumer is not happy, then you're doing something wrong. Now, obviously, yes, players need to be given a reason to keep coming back and to do their dailies, but there are systems that you can make that aren't a spit in the face to the player. Like, don't make gear RNG dependent, and make it so that grinding for a character only takes 2 weeks at least. Like, the best grind for any gacha right now is Zenless, because Zenless actually respects your fucking time, unlike all of these other titles, which don't. But anyway, I don't know how I'm going to edit this. Hopefully I have enough gameplay footage of Banyue. And again, apologies if I'm not playing him correctly. I used to not be able to get a single star slash 2 stars. So, I used to not be able to pseudo-consistently parry the damn boss when I did the scan thing and saw the blue. So, there's that. My only issue now is not being able to stun him in time, and not being able to do enough damage to get to 6k, to then get to 14k while he's in his special state, and then get to 20k. I'll show what my current build of Banyue is. And that's the main issue. Not that I'm playing him incorrectly, but because of that. And trust me, anytime I'm playing quote-unquote incorrectly, I reset, because I'm getting frustrated. Anyway, apologies if this video was all over the place. I just wanted to talk about the main issues with gacha games and do a pseudo response to a dumb shit video that I saw. Because, again, bro, you don't understand how gacha games work. And before you say anything, I played Brave Frontier a while ago. I played Vanguard Cardfight, or Cardfight Vanguard 0 when it was around. And I played Genshin since its release. So, I've been around the block for gacha games for a while. I mean, hell, my entire channel has had me doing polls for gacha games. And I don't know about clearing endgame content for some of them, but yeah. I've been around the block, so, yeah. But anyway, fuck Wuthering Waves, fuck Genshin, fuck Star Rail, fuck Arknight's Enfield. Please, for the love of God, neverness to everness, be good. I'm so hoping you are. But anyway, I think with that, I'm going to end things here for now. So, I've been Rikishi, and I'll see you when I see you. Later.